I was worried how far my rock bottom was going to be. And you would never have seen it. I'm very good at hiding it.
What really happened in the few weeks before Liam Payne's death? Let's take a look back through his life and the theories surrounding the reasons for his death.
I know the lifestyle he lives, and there is a day where something bad is going to happen.
Throughout most of his music career, Liam Payne struggled with an alcohol addiction.
There's like a few pictures of me on a boat and I'm all like bloated out and I call it pills and booze face. It was a problem. It was only until I saw myself after that I was like, right, I need to fix myself.
This addiction originated from the pressures of fame he suffered at an incredibly young age from the first time he auditioned for X Factor.
And I've also been in places where I've been ridiculed, where I was in a McDonald's once with the girl I was with at the time, and like everybody in the city knew who I was, so I got to take a bite out of a burger, and then this guy just goes, X Factor reject.
His alcohol abuse was apparently at its worst at the height of One Direction's success. Hateful comments from the media and fans affected him deeply, and he turned to drinking to cope with the pressures from it.
When we were in the band, the best way to secure us, because of how big it got, was just lock us in our rooms. And of course, what's in the room? Minibar. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one. And that just seemed to carry on throughout many years of my life.
After One Direction came to an end, the pop star decided to begin a new chapter in his life and went to rehab to overcome his alcohol abuse.
For me, it was just about pressing that reset button for a minute and realizing that you could, cope without it.
Liam Payne focused on his solo career and released his first and only album, LP1, in 2019. But sadly, the singer started to suffer from depressive episodes.
There's times where that level of loneliness and people getting into you every day, like I say, just every so often you're like, when will they send?
Even after leaving One Direction, the artist was receiving constant abuse online.
When you're a teen growing up in it and people are like basically bullying you and they get paid for it, it's like, that's a bit outrageous, so I'm going to have my say.
Over the years, he learned ways to cope with the bullying, but the hateful messages still affected him.
If someone pisses you off, write a note about it as if you were writing them a letter and then let it go. Just don't send it.
During this time, he relied on his girlfriend Maya Henry. But as their relationship went on and Liam's mental health deteriorated, he was alleged to have become manipulative and controlling.
Because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing well.
Maya tried to be supportive and help Liam get to a better place mentally, but her advances were allegedly shut down by the singer.
There was one time I tried to get him help, and then he was like, not taking it.
Everything changed in the pop star's life when he went on to appear on the influencer Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. There, Liam went on to make a series of controversial statements.
Part of the reason One Direction was made was because of Simon's promise to me that in 2 years, I'll make this work for you.
Wow.
So he kind of started with my face and then worked around the rest.
The singer went on to talk about his former bandmates, explaining that they didn't like each other that much, and that they came to blows on at least one occasion.
One member in particular threw me up a wall. So I said to him, if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again.
Liam was particularly judgmental of Zayn Malik, who he criticized for his relationship with Gigi Hadid.
She tweeted something about get yourself like a respectful man or something.
Yeah.
That one didn't age very well.
Following the controversial podcast episode, Liam Payne received a lot of backlash, pulling him back into his depressive episodes.
And I was getting a lot of hate online. There was death threats. There was all sorts of stuff.
The singer took a break from social media for over 3 months to look after himself.
After that video was uploaded, I went away for a little bit. I don't know if you noticed. I kind of had to go away to kind of get better.
Once again, he found himself struggling with addiction, but through rehab and other forms of therapy, he was able to overcome it once again.
I was having a drink, and then I was like, you know what, this just isn't serving me at all. I don't really need this right now.
He came back to the public eye through a video on his YouTube account, where he apologized to everyone he might have offended in the podcast.
Just took it out on everybody else, which is just wrong, really, and my own frustrations with my own career and where I kind of landed. I took shots at everybody else, which is wrong. So obviously I want to apologize for that.
However, his mental health was still at a very sensitive spot. He tried to get in contact with Maya Henry on multiple occasions, but the content creator thought it was for the best for her to take some space away from him.
Ever since we broke up, he messages me, will blow up my phone. It's always from different phone numbers too. He'll create new iCloud accounts to iMessage me.
Around this time, Maya was working on her fiction book, Looking Forward, which many believed it was based on her relationship with the One Direction member, as it claimed to be inspired by true events.
If you knew everything that happened, I wrote something of experiences that I went through, not only to help other women not feel alone, but to hopefully give women the bravery to speak on these topics.
Many fans accused Maya of exaggerating elements of her relationship as the protagonist's partner is shown to be abusive and manipulative, at one point even chasing her with an axe.
Oh, that was all fake, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. I'm literally saying no, it's not.
Whilst it was never confirmed to be based on their relationship, fans could only make assumptions, and they believed it to be about Liam.
You're defending someone you don't even know. You literally don't know him
She continued to talk about him on TikTok, making a number of allegations.
Praise on One Direction fans because they will always be loyal to him.
Liam Payne was in contact with her mother for months, but Maya wasn't happy about it.
Well, when I announced my book, he did the same thing. He called my mom. I think I'm not going to be around much longer. And I don't play with death. So I'm like, if you say this, I'm going to try and help you no matter what you've done. And I think he took advantage of my family's kindness.
Maya claimed that the singer's friends confronted her and accused her of no longer taking care of him.
Even one of his friends was calling me and my mom being like, oh, you know, isn't a good time for him. I don't think you should put the book out. You know, he's not doing well. And if something happens to him, not only are you going to blame yourself, but the whole world's going to blame you.
As this news was surfacing, Liam Payne and his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, went to Buenos Aires, Argentina, where they stayed at the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel.
Today, we ride. We're going to ride some horses. I think I'm going to be playing polo again, which is just going to put me out of action for about 6 weeks.
Videos released from just days before Payne's death show him dancing and singing at former bandmate Niall Horan's concert. Even then, many fans took this as an opportunity to leave mean comments. After spending a couple of days there, Kate grew frustrated with their extended stay in the South American country and returned to the United States.
Travel from South America back to Florida with me. I was so ready to leave. Honestly, loved South America, but I hate staying in one place for too long.
On the day of his death, a hotel employee allegedly smuggled drugs through to the pop star through a soapbox. At 11:30 a.m., 2 escorts reportedly came to his room, where they drank together. The 2 women remained there until 4 p.m., claiming their extended stay was because they hadn't been paid. It was around this time that Liam was seen intoxicated, causing concern to other guests. Staff alleged that Liam had smashed a laptop before having to be carried back to his room while in and out of consciousness. Worried, the hotel manager called 911.
Bueno, tenemos un huésped que está sobrepasado de droga y de alcohol y cuando está consciente está rompiendo toda la habitación y bueno, necesitamos que manden a alguien, por favor.
Supposedly, the pop star had multiple drugs in his room and had broken much of the furniture in there, including a TV. As the chaos unraveled, the hotel manager rushed the authorities to come as soon as possible.
Corre riesgo la vida del huésped. Está en una habitación que tiene balcón y bueno, estamos un poco con temor de que haga algo.
Around 5 p.m., Liam Payne fell from the balcony of his third-floor room onto the hotel's courtyard. Emergency services arrived at 5:11 p.m. when they confirmed his death. The autopsy revealed that his death was a result of internal and external bleeding. It was later announced that Liam did not adopt a reflex posture during his fall, suggesting that he may have been semi-unconscious at the time of his death. The autopsy also found traces of methamphetamines, ketamine, MDMA, benzodiazepines, and crack cocaine in his body. News outlet TMZ published exclusive photos of his corpse, which led to them facing extreme scrutiny online. Shortly after the news of his death was known to the public, tens of the singer's fans came to the hotel.
I needed to be here. I find out the news and I needed to be here to present and know this is real. To know this is real.
It has not been confirmed whether his death was intentional or accidental. Ex-girlfriend Cheryl Cole shared a post, and One Direction former bandmates posted a joint statement on Instagram. Niall Horan was the last of the band members to see him, mentioning this in his tribute. Rest in peace, Liam, and thanks for watching.